Hi, I'm Vanessa, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Words by Vanessa. As I told you last week, we're going to be speaking honest engine about things that happen within an autism household, within an autism family, within relationships with parents and our children and our stepchildren and everything that has to do relating to autism and how it affects our lives. So, as I told you, I have 3 kids, 2 stepkids, and my son who is autistic, and he just turned 21. So I usually see him twice a week. I'm fortunate, like I've said many times before, that I live in a fantastic country where special needs people can have independent, happy, healthy lives like our children do when they leave our homes. And it's been a huge uphill battle with a lot of struggles, but finally, after 5 years of living here and 3.5 years that my son has moved and been in an independent household, this is now his 4th apartment, which I know is crazy, but I can tell you all about that later. I'll tell you what struck me this week that made me so, not sad, but it definitely lets you think about your own immortality as a person, as a mother giving birth to a child, and all of these preconceived notions that we have about what we want for our children, growing up, getting good grades, having good friends, going to university if that's in their realm, having fantastic jobs, of course, getting married, having children, and having grandkids. So as I've told you, my son is 21, and I went to see him yesterday because we usually do a Tuesday visit and then a Saturday visit because he tells me he's got stuff to do and he doesn't want me all up on him all the time, which I think is fantastic. So yesterday I went to see him and I brought him a brand new Barbie because he loves Barbies. And I bought him some fantastic, like the OK magazines and the just crap Star magazines because he likes to see the girls in fleshy colors and bathing suits and all that kind of stuff. And of course, because he is a male, it does drive in him something that is genetically predisposed to all of us. It's a thing about sexual fulfillment but that's another topic for another day. I tell you what struck me yesterday, and it made me feel a little sad, was 21. He has a Barbie, and he's telling me that he loves her, and they're going to get married. And of course, I started thinking to myself, in our own world of all the things that are expected of us as children growing up into adults. Of course, that's one of them. And in this incredible journey that I've had with my son and my family, I never stop to think about the fact that my son he's not going to get married. I am never going to have a daughter-in-law. I'm not going to have grandkids from my son. Of course, I'll have grandkids from my stepchildren, which I think is fantastic. But not until yesterday did it really click into my head that I am never going to have a daughter-in-law or grandkids. And it made me feel, like your DNA is put in check, that this gene pool ain't going nowhere. Woo, stop the road. It ain't going any further. And I have to tell you, I'm a little affected by it. He's magnificent, as all mothers think of their children, and I think he's just such a dynamic individual, and I worship him, and I'm madly in love with my child, and I think he's just an incredible person. But I tell you, yesterday it kind of got a little goat in my throat, thinking to myself that this is where the genetic train ends, and I'm not going to have any little, barn to be hanging out with. I'm not going to have little kids crawling up on me, either calling me Farmor or calling me Abuela, because do them in the good old Latin country. No Abuela for myself. And it made me feel really sad. Have you guys taken a moment to think about in this journey that we are as parents of special needs, especially autistic children? And I know that in 24 hours, 7 days a week, we don't even have a minute to even think about next day, let alone 2 weeks out or 6 months out or a year out, or 7 years out. It's not part of our fantasy world for some of our parents. But I tell you, yesterday it really came up to me and it hit me. And it's something that I'm just going to have to digest and process, that it's never going to happen when it comes to my son. And, that's okay. That's the cards that we were dealt. But it's still, when I see my girlfriends are going out and having lunch with their kids, and tomorrow I'm having lunch with my own two stepkids. And we promised that we would do that at least once a week, especially now in the summer, that they're out for the summer, so that we really get to know each other and get to, outside of their father. Of course, we've built up a tremendous relationship, the three of us. And I think that's pretty cool. But it is something that has made me kind of think about it, not in a sad way or a happy way, but just made me start thinking about my life from a different perspective, as if we don't already do this. But it really, oh my gosh, right? I'm a little affected. So I wonder if any of you have gone through this. Have you thought about what's going to happen in the future for your child? Do you have these open, honest conversations? Because I would love for you to hit me back and tell me what you think. So my takeaway on this is that life is short. Love every second of every moment you have with your children, because it really is a blessing. Even those days when you want to choke them and put them somewhere, secretly, and those days that they make you so freaking happy by the simplest little things, that you just rejoice in everything that is good in the world. I say love wholeheartedly. And there's always a million things to worry about, but at the end of the day, just give it all with love. That's what I got today. I hope that you enjoyed our little conversation. Tune in every Thursday, because I'm going to have some little snippet of information to hit you with, or something that it has affected me in my week, or perhaps even something that's affected you in your week that I'm happy to share with all of us, because at the end of the day, that is the purpose of Words by Vanessa. It is for us to take the information that either I have learned or you have learned, and we share it together, so we get to cut the learning curve in half. I hope that you have a fantastic week. And as I always tell you, be good. And don't forget to put a little bit of love into it. Bye.